Hey, this is Eric, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use and modify and customize the banner field in RegFox. Now, the banner field is this large graphic area here. This is really common amongst many website builders and websites where it's the big kind of popping visual wow factor of most websites. If you've been on any websites recently, you'll notice that this is a very common design style. It's use a big image and some text overlaid. And so that's the essence of what a banner element is. And you can have as many of these on the RegFox page if you want, but most people have one here. And in case yours doesn't have it, let me show you how to add it. We're gonna go down to this line here. And again, this dotted line denotes the difference between display information and data you're going to capture. Now you could add the banner field down here as well if you wanted. It's just right there. But for most common uses, we're going to keep it at the top of the page because it kind of titles the page. It's going to have the title of your event and maybe the registration details. So in this little line here, we can click this to add the display elements, and it's right there. Let me edit it and talk through the different options here. Now, a banner or hero element consists of a background and then text overlaid. And so we have those two sections here, and we've got the various controls. The background, you have an option between an image that you can upload or browse our gallery for some, a solid color, a video, which I am super excited to show you, which is really cool, or transparent. And the transparent will show the background of the overall page. And so that's what that will do. These effects here give you a lot of customization for treating the image. So you don't need to get into Photoshop or Canva or CSS to stylize the image if you want. And the reason you might use the effects here is just for your own visual tastes or to help the text stand out more on the image. So for example, we can set a blur, it goes to 100%, but we might want to back that out. And you can see in that little preview there that now the background is blurred. Really, really cool. You don't have to do anything in code or anything, it just does it. It's fantastic. You also can add other effects, maybe a sepia, or saturate, or brightness. And so you can use all these controls to modify the image straight from the interface. And so this would be a partial blur, and we're gonna bring down the saturation. And so this gives you all those great controls. And best of all, these effects will also work on the video treatment, which I'll show you here in a moment, which is really cool. But you can stack these effects, and it's really neat. The other part that people will also use commonly is to do a color overlay. Maybe you want to have a color overlay, your dominant brand color on top of it. You can do that. And so we just pick this little color picker here, and maybe we want a blue, and maybe we want that blue to be just a little subtle overlay like that. This is going to govern the kind of strength of that overlay. So this is going to be full strength, and this is going to be no strength. And so we can just put it there. 37% is fine, and you can move this color around to your heart's content there, but that will colorize that image as well. This position, this controls the focal point of that image in the background. So right now it's centered center, which means that right there in the center there, it's going to build its viewing window and work its way out. Now, let's say I wanted for this picture, I wanted to show the skyline here. Well, I can make this modification and I can go top center. And you can see there in the background that now my image has adjusted and I see that really cool skyline. So if you don't like how the image is being displayed in the banner, you can modify all the positions, top, right, left, center, everything in between. You have all those controls there. I typically like the center, and we'll keep that there. The width controls how wide across the page that hero image is. And so if I uncheck this, you'll see it goes to basically the page form width. And if that's the design style you want, that's how you can control it. But again, a common way is to make it full width, which will extend all the way there. And then this height option controls how tall that banner field is. And so you can make it gigantic, you can make it medium, you can make it anything you want. And then we give you that exact same control setting for mobile, because sometimes how this looks on desktop, you want to modify it for mobile devices. And so we give you that control there to make it look absolutely perfect. You're welcome. Now down here for the text, this is really handy because you have a lot of controls here to make the text look perfect and to stand out. And so you can remove these text lines and add your own. You can add styling such as bold and italics. You can change the font sizes. You can change the font families. They're all here. But if you want to add more lines, you can say registration open. And we can set this to, let's go to 36. We'll make it bold. and we'll keep the same heading font. And so now we can add that line there. So again, that cool look of stacking text on top of each other, overlaid an image or a video, that's how that works. So again, you can modify these to your heart's content. And then the same thing for the width also applies for the text. So I can choose to make the text full width, and that will allow the text to go all the way to the ends here. But since it's centered, it's hidden behind there. If I choose the left, you see it jumps over there. If I go right, it jumps over there, and you've got all those different controls. Now, if you're not satisfied with all the controls we give you here, we also give you the option for custom WYSIWYG, and use this to your own appetite and discretion. This gives you every formatting option you could possibly want or need, as well as even HTML code back here. And just be forewarned that these text editors sometimes can be a little bit finicky. So, but that is there for you if you want to really color outside the lines as well. So that is the elements, the text over the background image. Going through the different types here, we can go to color, and that's white. We can also maybe jump it to a black color, and you can see what that looks like. You can, again, stack all these. You can do a partial transparent color. But what I really love is I love the video feature here. And it first asks you for the URL. And so you should use a YouTube video or a Vimeo URL, and you can paste both those, or it also will take an MP4 and you can drop any URL you want. The advantage of using YouTube is that YouTube is going to encode your video several different ways, and it's going to optimize that video for a lot of devices. So that means that when people open up your registration page on a mobile phone that's got slow internet, YouTube is going to deliver a low resolution video to make sure the page loads fast. So super cool, that's why we do that. So let me go grab a sample video, and we're going to grab a royalty-free one here that I found. And always make sure you've got permission to use a video that you want, but I like this kind of city background time lapse. And again, make sure you always have permission to use whatever videos you use here. But I'm just going to copy this URL here, and I'm going to paste it in the background there. And right away, you can see that video is starting to move. And I can remove these effects there, and I can remove the color overlay, and voila, we have that video in the background playing, which is really, really cool. And again, this also works on mobile devices too. So really awesome. So I can hit edit here. Maybe I want to do a color overlay, and we're going to pick a, maybe a darker blue and make it a little more transparent there. And so you can have all these cool effects all right there. And again, the effects here also work. So the blurs, the saturation, the brightness, all of that works really, really well. So that's end-to-end how you use the banner field. Again, it can really take your design skills and presence to the next level. It's really, really awesome and amazing. So again, check that out. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Let us know what you think. If there's anything else that we can do for you, please let us know. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next tutorial.